an Estonian startup, and Terje is not, she is a C-level person, Chief Feeling Officer, and that is the way to make money for large corporations. Let's give a big hand to Terje.
Hello everybody, my name is Terje and I'm the co-founder of FeelingStream. I witnessed at my career in bank that customers are getting frustrated with us because we are not so fast replying to their emails. Every email is sitting in a queue waiting for answer, and there is a huge potential for making business for banks. On the other hand, those emails were about support requests, causing that backlog, instead of our customer service would focus more on business-related things. And the problem is here that the queue is done by first in, first out principle. Let me introduce you FeelingStream. We route things, the platform for detecting the emotions from text messages. And it means that the right message will go to right person. We prioritize and we route emails in contact center, and it improves their efficiency internally and also brings better sales results. How we do it? We use natural language processing for text analytics. We do this actionable intelligence in real time. It means that during 70 milliseconds, there will be done decision. And it means that during 1 minute, we can run 10,000 of decisions to make it faster to answer business-critical emails. And yes, we have API for integrating for large-scale softwares. If there is a sales potential in incoming email, our algorithm detects it automatically and categorizes it in a right queue. And as shown here in picture, you can see that the customers are sending emails, and based on the automation, we can categorize right topics to right skills. It has shown that business results, and I mean sales results, can improve 10%, and skills can be leveraged, or every skill can be do those tasks that are asked. And we have great news. We have 2 paying customers. One is Nordea Bank in Nordic, and also Telia telecom company. And look at this website. There will be soon news about the Nordea's contract. We have 2 really talented data scientists in our team, all the development power, and I, with 15 years of experiences in banking sector. We have done this product during less than 2 years. And we are looking for a business network from Finland and Sweden. And if you are investing in artificial intelligence, then let's keep in touch. My name is Ennomäe, and I'm from FeelingStream.
Now there's a man who doesn't need any introduction because I already did it. Let's give a big hand to Neil. You were looking for this one.
Thank you, thank you. Hi everyone. So my name is Neil and I'm the CEO of B2B Pay. And this is the Mercedes S-Class 2017. It's one of the most beautiful and desired cars on this planet. It's made from 30,000 parts, built by 5,000 suppliers from over 30 countries. Each one of these suppliers sends the parts from their home country to Stuttgart in Germany for Mercedes to assemble this car. Our presentation is not about the Mercedes, but about the 5,000 suppliers. Smiths Autotech makes valves for the S-Class. They sell 2 million euros a year, most of which comes from exports. But here's the problem. They lose 20% of their profit margin on currency conversion and international payment fees simply from Mercedes sending the payment back to their home country. Think about it, 20% profit just for getting paid. We have a very simple solution. We provide Smiths Autotech with a virtual bank account in Europe, which comes with its own IBAN number. Now Smiths can collect payment from 35 European countries as if it were a domestic transfer. As soon as a payment hits this virtual account, we instantly send the payment back to their home country for a fee which is up to 80% cheaper and more than 2 times faster than existing solution. We're proud to say we took part in the Barclays Techstars and Nordea Banking Accelerator, where we successfully launched these products. We also have the Finnish government as an investor. But what is our vision? Our vision is to be the one-stop shop for SMEs that export, providing an end-to-end solution that takes care of all their problems, whether it's currency conversion and hedges, working capital, invoicing, shipping insurance, and logistics, and beyond. But wait, why can't Mercedes also use our solution? Our technology sits as a virtual banking layer on top of existing banking infrastructure. What this means is that for a corporate which wants to digitalize and integrate payments, we are the first choice. Currently, we are doing 2 projects for 2 large multinationals. One of them is launching a new digital service powered by B2B Pay, which requires the use of 10,000 accounts for 10,000 of their suppliers. We have an international team to solve an international problem. We speak 16 different languages and come from over 6 different countries. We're a great mix of business people, mathematicians. We have a co-founder of Couchsurfing, a guy who worked for Facebook, a guy who started his own Bitcoin startup in Silicon Valley. And finally, the story I've told you today is not just about the Mercedes S-Class or Smiths Autotech. This is the story of millions upon millions of small exporters who export to Europe every year. This is the story of banking infrastructure that is drastically changing. If you believe in this change, come join us as partners, customers, or investors. Thank you. We are B2B Pay.
Thank you, Neil. And we do have some questions. There's the first one.
Okay.
What was the question? That these guys are faster and cheaper, and what is the technology behind the virtual accounts?
Okay. So the question is, how are we faster and cheaper? There's several ways we are faster and cheaper. One thing is we really cut down on compliance. So I'll give you an example, right? So we have an Indian customer. We give them a virtual account, and we restrict the account that they can collect money from 35 European countries, but it's like a VPN connection between the B2B Pay account and the account in India. So it passes compliance really fast, that process. The second thing is that we use the fastest means possible. So for example, if it's low value transactions, we use things like the blockchain. So for example, if you gave me, say, 10,000 euros right now, I can have it in India in 3 hours using blockchain technology as compared to SWIFT, which you can probably fly faster from here to Delhi and deliver the money in cash than SWIFT will take to deliver the money. So those are sort of two ways where we make the payments faster. And in terms of cheaper, again, it comes down to two things. One thing is the way the FX markets works, and I think everyone is an expert here, is that when you look at the wholesale market, if you do, say, 10 million euro deals, you will pay 0.001% in terms of spread costs. But as soon as you go to the SME customers, 10,000, 50,000 euro transactions, those costs go to percentages. And what we do is we have good deals with all the top FX brokers who give us those wholesale deals, and we can pass those savings on to the customers. And obviously, then you also have blockchain, where the costs are even lower. The thing is that for netting flows, you need to have like netting happening. So we would have equivalent amount of Indian customers who send money to Europe, and this is just one example. But the reality is we currently only do one-way flows. And even say TransferWise, which claims that they do netting, 90% of their flow is one way. For example, they only send money from Europe to Canada, not the other way around, or from Europe to Brazil or Europe to India. So a lot of the people who claim they do netting, they're only doing it for like say 3-4%.
More questions? Time to give a big hand.
Thank you very much.
Neil. And Roland Mesters, who's the managing director of Nordigen, he said to me that they are the ones utilizing PSD2. And he will be telling you why. Let's give a big hand to Roland.
Hello, everyone. My name is Roland. I'm the co-founder of Nordigen. And we're here to help banks, that means you, to approve more good loan applicants. Banks reject too many good loan applicants. Depending on the loan type, a bank can reject anywhere from 30 up to 90% of all loan applications. And the reason why banks reject so many potentially good loan applicants is that they base their decisions on credit scores. But not many people actually have a credit score. In fact, globally, only 30% of the global population has a credit score. To compensate for this lack of data, banks often turn to customer transactions, which is a great source, rich of risk-critical information, but it's also a bit of a headache. See, from one side, you have companies like Yodlee that help banks get access to transaction data. Then you have Experian, who build scoring models, but in between, there's a gap. And this gap is currently filled by consultants that charge by the hour to help banks figure out what to do with the transaction data and how to fit that into scoring models. We fill this gap with a fully automated solution. Nordigen is an engine that allows banks to take customer transactions, instantly identify risk-critical information, and get predictive insights. Using these insights, banks can start approving more good loan applicants from day one. Behind all this, we use machine learning to look for patterns in how people earn and spend their money and form predictive risk scores. We have tested our solution in 9 countries. We have 25 paying clients, among which you'd find large and small banks, consumer lenders, peer-to-peer lenders, you name it. The solution can be used for any loan type, and it works. We estimate that in 2017, we will help our current clients earn additional 6 million euros. And that's just from being able to use customer transactions and credit scoring in a smart way without the headache. Our pricing is very simple. We charge 50 cents per every loan applicant that we analyze. And with our current clients, we have been able to get to 14,000 euros monthly recurring revenue. And that's just only the beginning. We have a very strong team, a dedicated team of people experienced in machine learning credit modeling. We've graduated from a bank accelerator. We're ranked among the top startups in Nordics, and we're ready to go big. We're going after credit bureaus whose business hasn't changed for the last 50 years. Fact is that today, you're twice as likely to have a bank account than you are to have a credit score. So our total market size is twice as big as that of Experian, and so is our potential. But to get there, we need your help. We're raising a seed round of 500,000 euros to continue our growth. So if you're interested to help us get from 14,000 MRR to 100,000 next year, let's talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. And we do have time for a question or two. Please.
So right now we're focusing on Europe very strongly because of the PSD2. We see PSD2 as a massive potential for us. There are going to be a lot of transactions. A lot more lenders would be able to have access to these transactions, and we have the key to explaining what those transactions mean in the context of credit scoring. So Europe, yeah, here we come. Yes. Yeah, we're actually very interested in Finland. We understand there's a lot of compliance things we should handle, and we take compliance very seriously. We're very interested in business in Finland, so if you can hook us up with something, we're very happy to talk. Sorry? Yeah, all of transaction data is unstructured, and we structure it ourselves. So if you think about your own bank account, it's very much, it's very noisy. You travel to places, you make a lot of transfers, different card payments. It is very unstructured. So one of the things that we do, we structure it, we categorize it, and only then we figure out how to actually use that to turn that into predictive scores. Yeah. It's a good question. We actually don't enhance the data anywhere else than to look at solely the purpose of the transaction data. So no social media data yet.
Thank you, Roland. Let's give a big hand once more for Nordigen. And then Juho Isola, he's a co-founder and CEO of Tavik. He'll be on stage because you need to know your customers. You need to know who they are, what they are in order to sell better. And most of the private bankers don't. But that is about to change. Let's give a big hand to Juho.
Thank you. We are Tavik, and we help investment advisors to get deals done. Is there anyone in the audience who actually works in investment advising or private banking? One? Well, that's enough. So anyways, just to give you a brief overview how you acquire clients in, for example, in private banking. First, you have a list of cold names who you're gonna call and arrange the meeting. Then you agree on the first physical meeting. And this first meeting actually is a huge bottleneck in the client acquisition tunnel. This is a point when quite a few of the potential clients drop off from the client acquisition tunnel. And for example, if you can carry the client to the second meeting, you have close to 100% chance that you will close that deal. The reason why we are losing clients after the first meeting are that the client didn't feel that the banker found the level of communication that is understandable for the client. Investment services are extremely complex and risky things to sell because people don't know much of them. They are complex, and investment services still today are about trust and relationship with your banker. Tavik has built, in collaboration with Nordea Bank in Nordea Bank Accelerator, a solution that solves this problem and helps investment advisors to get more deals done. This is a digital way to understand your potential clients better than ever before. It goes beyond the KYC. This is about understanding the personality and communicational tendencies of each individual new client. The solution gathers the information on client needs before the first meeting takes place. Which services do you need? What's your level of investment knowledge? But the truly unique thing is that this solution also does a personality analysis. An analysis that understands which type of a person you are, which key elements you value in decision making, and how and which kind of communicational material do you need to make the sale efficient. For example, many of you are people who demand all the facts and all the details before making a deal. But on the other hand, there's people who demand key points only, fast action, and fast decision making. The same material doesn't make the sale for every person. Simply put, Tavik helps investment advisors to get more clients. And as I told you already, we are a company from Nordea Bank Accelerator. We have plenty of pilot negotiations ongoing here in Finland and abroad also. We just closed our first deals with financial companies here in Finland, estimating to get 100,000 in sales this year, and looking for more interested parties in Finland and abroad to actually go for proof of concepts to use this in real live action in client acquisition. Simply, we are Tavik and we help investment advisors to get deals done. Thank you.
Thank you, Juho. Questions from Belgium again.
Okay, so the question is, how much is the actual improvement on let's say, client hit rate when using this solution? So currently, we are pretty much on the piloting and proof of concept phase, and because the sales cycles in private banking are from 3 months to 6 months, the first pilots are pretty much like 2 months or 3 months. We don't have a concrete data for you, but the estimated improvement if you compare non-profile clients to profile clients can be up to 60% more hit rate on the profile clients. So concrete data results not live yet. No, that's from the feedback that we got from the client side. The question was that does clients feel this intrusive or annoying? So to say, no. About 80% are very willing to use it, and there's a kind of like a separating point if you look the age of the client. The oldest clients are not that willing to use it, but the younger generation, the next generation of private bankers, banking clients are especially willing to use it and understand and see the value in it. So you can't please everyone, but you should choose your fights and concentrate on that group of people.
Yeah. And the ones you didn't hear the question was, do your customers love it or love it very much? And the answer was that they love it very much.
Exactly.
And that was the last question. Once more, let's give a big hand to you.
Thank you.
Hey, this has been a day of renewal. There will be 2 more presentations. The curtains will be opened shortly and you'll hear them. I'll end this day of renewal with an idea what the CEO of one of the biggest companies has said. The speed of change, if it's faster outside of your organization compared to what's inside of your organization, the end is near. Make sure you renew yourself faster. That's the end of my part. Thank you.